Son of a bitch. Yeah, son of a bitch. Yeah, I forgot to turn the damn voice meter thing on. So I'm here now. Now I know you can hear me. Yep. Anyway, what I was rambling on about, good thing the video audio was off because I was singing to myself before anybody come in. But now I can go back and say, hello, Alexander Brooks. You are first. Biden touch number second. Jeffrey Nelson third. Bird of Prey 5 is Capra, Pla, Pra. Yeah, Capla. And now Jeffrey says the audio is good. There, I'll throw a link up. In case anyone wants to join. Well, I knew somebody had to be first, and Thomas Potts is sleeping right now. He has to be sleeping, so he was up half the night, so I know he couldn't be first today. Yes, Bird, the coronavirus strikes again. Hello, Mr. Londell, Groovy Movies. Well, I'm doing good right now at this moment. And no, Hector, I'm not sick mentally. Though I may have to put on the pink bunny outfit and the unicorn outfit since there are now such a thing as a unicorn bunny. Yep. So I'm going to have to protest Picard because they're eating unicorn bunnies. But that's about as much I'm going to go into that because, you know, some people may have not seen it yet, and I don't want to spoil everything for it since I spoiled it on my live stream last night. But yes, the coronavirus has struck. No, Alexander, that would be the Cornholio virus. I am the great Cornholio. Good morning, Jeffrey Nelson. I got chores, but hey, that's okay. Anyway, what I was rambling about earlier, I live out here in a little dinky rinky town. It's only like 13,000 people. Not a big area. But I was having coffee with a certain person this morning who I won't name at this point, but she does work in the medical field. Greetings, Brian the Gravedigger. And Biden needs TP for his bunghole. So somebody get some TP for his bunghole. But, of course, they're not talking about it out in the open yet, but there's 2 possible cases of corona right here in my very town. A prison worker and a county deputy. And apparently the county deputy is in a bigger town right now, 50 miles away in ICU. Apparently they were on a trip to Japan recently and just came back not too long ago. But of course, none of the media around here is talking about that. Hello, Kathia. Yeah, we can blame Amazon too. What the hell? I seen Facebook shut down one of their centers too and told everybody to stay home and work from home. Seen Amazon said the same thing for one of their centers. And they got some cruise ship off the California coast anchored out in the ocean there, not letting it dock either because they've got a case of corona. But yeah, we got 2 suspected cases here in town. They got one told to stay home and isolate themselves, and the other is in the hospital in ICU. Yeah. But they ain't telling any of us that. So yeah, but here I am. Everybody wonders why I try to be a hermit most times. Because they ain't going to say nothing around here until half of 50 people. Oh, the cough's been because I've been up all damn night. My throat is like trashed. Don't worry, Bird. You're not going to catch nothing through this stream. I got a good antivirus. It'll stop it before it gets free. You silly goose. And if you don't have protection on your computer, then you're in trouble. But yeah. So if anybody wants to jump up on the panel here and ramble on, feel free to do so. Well, as long as I know you. I ain't about to let some strange names pop up here I don't know. Not like last time, no. It's the Andromeda strain. The Andromeda syndrome has come. It's a virus from outer space. No, it's not the Andromeda strain. It's the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. No, it's not that either. YouTube's going to brand me one of them conspiracy theory channels. No, we're just having fun, rambling around. Yeah. Bird says, what a bullshit pandemic. Of course, Biden thinks it's the Pegasus strain. Yeah, just cry. You'll survive the Andromeda strain. Brian's just going to sit back and watch it all burn. Well, he's got the great name for it. He's Brian the Grave Digger, so he's going to bury all the bodies afterwards. He's going to be out there just laying them out. Yes, we have to congratulate Biden Touch on his big win on Tuesday, Bird. Tuesday, not Thursday. Tuesday. Not Thursday, Bird. Yeah, Biden's running for a Senate seat. Biden's confusing his sister on purpose to get votes from Ilhan Omar's crowd. Yeah, that's how it's going. Yeah, I know he said Super Thursday, but you know. Yeah, I'm calling him a liar. Actually, I'm calling him demented. Pretty sad when the only person they got to rally around is somebody that's suffering from onslaught dementia. All right, we have a female, so behave, gentlemen. Behave, gentlemen.
Everyone can see me. I'm having technical difficulties.
Well, I can see your icon, so that's just good enough.
Oh no, I'm having serious technical difficulties. Now my audio is out. I can't hear you, DJ.
Uh-oh.
I hate that when that happens.
Damn it, I can hear you pretty good.
Give me a sec. I'm going to remove my... Find out what's going on.
And then we're going to try this again. Is this working?
Oh.
Nope.
Wow. What? Nope, I can't hear you.
Son of a bitch.
Something is going on.
Uh-oh, it's been infected.
I'll figure it out.
Bird says it sounds like StreamYards. Sci-Fi Nation is still awake. What the hell? I figured he'd be asleep by now.
Wires as well.
Well, Bird of Prey has. Oh my God, we have Alexander.
How are you?
Bird of Prey. Well,
What's going on? I'm here.
we're here chilling on my second stream in the past 8 hours.
That really well.
Well, I had to do Picard earlier, and I had to do the Picard stream, and now I'm back up here with the news stream.
Yesterday here at the job, it was completely crazy. We got the lake. It was like we got a lot of water in the parking. The sewer was blocked.
All right, let's see if Kathy is working now. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Son of a
Hello.
gun. I still don't on my end.
Row.
Sorry guys, I'm having serious technical difficulties. My equipment's decided to fail everywhere. I am going to bail out again.
Okay. We'll be here.
So sad. We wait for your return.
So you're not afraid to be on the stream with me?
No, I'm not afraid at all. I've been on the stream better before. And nothing bad happened. I mean, there was no Momo challenge. Everything was fair.
Well, I don't even know what the Momo challenge is. I don't really care. The thing was, I was started off the stream because we have like 2 possible cases of the coronavirus here in town. And now Bird said he heard me cough once, so he's staying away from me.
No, coronavirus. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got no problem through the stream.
I got the AVAS antivirus. It'll keep it away.
You are in New York or what? Where are you?
No, I'm in Illinois.
Illinois. And there they are a lot. You got because in New York they got the case of coronavirus too. So
well, apparently
it's closer to Bird.
Apparently, these 2 that got it around here, one works at the prison and one's a county deputy, and they just came back from Japan.
Yes, Japan. Japan is part of the area where the coronavirus is not strong as in China, but no, that's there are a lot of circulation between Japan, the Koreas, especially in South Koreas and China. So this is normal. They got this is the first place outside of China that you got coronavirus.
Well, you got places like Tokyo. There's so many people packed in such a small area. It spread like wildfire through there. There ain't no way you're staying away from anybody.
It's really linked to the concentration of population. Really to that.
I think I'm going to have to boycott Picard now.
Why?
Because they are killing and eating unicorn bunnies.
No, that's fake. That's fake. That they are nothing true in that. This is not a real. This is not a real menace.
Oh, I know.
Like the Momo challenge, the coronavirus exists. What is in Picard is fiction. You know that.
I know it's fiction, but I'm just saying, since my fictional bunny unicorn character pops up on the stream every once in a while, I have to take a stand against CBS. And it'll last.
No choice.
It'll last till next week, and then I'll be watching it again just to do a live stream.
This is like me. Personally, this is the same. We are doing choice. Me, I decide to not tolerate the act of the trio. I don't tolerate what the trio is doing. So this is my choice.
We just ignored the trio We just ignore the trio. We don't do any of the goofball stuff on here.
Yes, the trio is we ignore them. It's like Momo the Challenger. Right now he's on Twitter. He asked me if I wanted to do the challenge. I said no. I refuse.
I don't even know what the hell the Momo the challenge is. What the hell is it?
Momo the Challengers we didn't hear for Momo the Challenger for a good 5 years, but now he's back. He's on Twitter. He contacted me. He wrote to me, "Do you want to do my challenge?" I refused.
I have no idea what it is.
The Momo challenge is something really dangerous. Like this is Momo is going and he challenge you, and you need to do his challenge. I don't want to do the challenge for Momo.
Well, what's the challenge?
I don't know exactly what is the challenge, but I read on the internet that it was dangerous.
I don't know.
But I think that nobody should do the Momo challenge. Please don't do it. Cinnamon Bunny said, "Oh, I think I will do it. I mean, I was thinking about doing it yesterday." I said, "No, no, Cinnamon Bunny, don't do that."
I made Cinnabon Bunny's list last night. So not only am I on a bird of prey list now, I'm on Cinnabon Bunny's list.
Like DJ, I will be really glad to, because I like to help. I help right now Sci-Fi Nation and number one Sci-Fi. I help Bird of Prey on their stream because for all that help they give me a wrench. I want to help you, DJ. This is really important. If you can give me a wrench, I will help you.
Are you trying to collect wrenches, Alexander?
Because I want to participate in the community. I want to help. And the best way to help is to have a wrench. When you have a wrench, you can help the person that streams. So with a wrench, I will be able to help you.
Oh, I can't give you a wrench when you haven't even spoken in the chat.
Oh, okay. I will say to you something. Look at that.
And then you have to hold your right hand up and say, "I swear never to abuse the power of the wrench."
I will never. I never abuse it. I'm a wrench on 3 places. I never did it.
Even if the trio trolls come in and mess with you, you cannot use it against them.
I will not use it against them if the trio is doing problem, because I'm involved in the situation. I cannot be objective, so I will let you analyze it because you are the boss there. And
look at the Momo. And now I'm going to get trolled by DJ Yosef.
Of course you are.
So I promise you, if we have a problem with the trio, I will let someone else act in the case of the trio.
We have DJ Yosef is in the house now.
Hello, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Can you give me a screwdriver, please?
Oh, coming back.
Hold on. Bird, tell Momo Pray the only problem is from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, I will be on the radio.
DJ, what I wanted to ask, is there a possibility to listen to your radio on the internet somewhere?
Oh, it's all in on the internet. And I can put a link.
Yeah. Well,
I throw the link all the time up in my damn Discord and on Twitter. Let's see, where can I find...
I'm so bad with Discord that I always get lost in there. So
I get lost all the time too.
Put it... No, now I closed YouTube for...
I'm going to put it in the private chat here.
Oh, in the private chat, okay. That's So I can listen to it. Okay.
One of those 3 links should work for you, depending upon what kind of system you're using to run it. The very top one will open up a media player right away. The very bottom one I put in there for people that use like phones and tablets and such, because you just copy and paste and go straight to it and then hit play and it'll play there.
So thank you, DJ. This year I will be able to help you as a wrench. I already start to help. Right now I'm helping.
So
And if I have problem with the trio, I will let the other deal with it.
okay, so we got to ask, what time is Mama Pray streaming today? Because apparently she's going to.
That's an historical moment. You should not miss it.
I know, but I got to do a radio show for 3 hours. So if it's during those 3 hours, I will miss it because I have to work.
It's because we understand that you're working. That's another. But if someone it doesn't work, if you have the time, go to the Mamo Pray stream. Mamo Pray stream at 12:30 Eastern.
So I can make part of that. I can make part of that stream.
6:30 p.m. for me. Okay, that's pretty much possible. Yeah.
So that's only 11:30 for me. So yeah, I can make some of that. She going to be streaming on hers or on yours, Bird?
On hers, from what I heard yesterday. Bird was asking everybody to subscribe to Mom's channel.
Well, I know I'm subscribed to Mom's.
Yeah, so she will be there on her own channel. Yeah,
Captain
Bird confirms.
Redneck, I'm going to spoil it for you. They had unicorn bunnies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alive and one dead. Yeah, probably the same was live and dead.
Yeah. Pizza out of it. What the hell?
Yeah.
And who the hell puts pizza in a smoker? Because that was a damn
smoker. It was an oven. Like
no, that was a smoker. That was a damn smoker.
Don't know how they will prepare pizza in the 24th century.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't that house the same house they used as Kirk's house in Generations?
It looked rather like the house where Tony Stark was living in what was it? Not Endgame, but yeah, Endgame. Yes.
Yeah, it was that one, but I could swear it was also the same house that Kirk was at when Picard came into the Nexus to get him, and he was outside chopping wood.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure if it was the same cabin, but it's possible because I don't know how many of those areas you have around LA where you can film.
It just looked like hello, number one sci-fi. It just looked like the same damn house, just at a different angle.
But has everybody now watched my spoiler videos now that these episodes are out?
Mr. Londell says that Kirk's house had a stone facade, so.
Well, I watched the episode as it played last night because there was a few of us doing the live review.
Yeah, I came late in. I was sleeping. And
then, of course, Anti-Trekker stomped all over mine again. He goes to other people and tells them that he's going to stream, but he totally ignores me and just starts his stream.
And he started it before the episode ended. I mean the countdown. Yeah, but he does it all the time, every week.
He's stepping all over you there, DJ.
I know, this is 2 out of the last 3 weeks he's done that to me. Doesn't tell me anything.
The week before he didn't do it. The week before he didn't do it just because he overslept. You know. Otherwise, he's streaming and he right after the episode. Every time. Nerdrodic had like almost 1,400 people watching. when I checked his channel. Obviously, he hated the episode.
Well, of course, he hates them all. So
Yeah, Lore is
I
streaming
didn't-
right now.
I didn't
and-
like it as much.
Nah, it was in terms of plot, it was a very weak episode because honestly, it was just a filler. When you basically take the plot what happened on the cube or around the cube, it's the only thing that moved the plot somewhere. But otherwise, everything else was just a filler where we didn't learn a single thing. It was totally unnecessary. It's basically really the longest episode of them all because it was like 59 minutes, including the what
Preview.
happened what happened previously and the previews. So let's say 56 minutes or definitely 55 minutes of the raw episode, and nothing happened. Nothing. We just got in touch with Riker, Troy. We learned about what they did in the last 18 years, and yeah, that's it, basically.
And we watched him kill off another character.
Yeah, but this was something that happened. That was moving the plot forward. But what happened on the planet didn't help the development of the plot in no shape or form. So this was
way,
really the
one way. It
Okay.
helped in one way. The little kid figured out what planet they were supposed to go to.
Yeah, it could be done in a gazillion different ways. Rafi could do her computer magic and ask the computer and eliminate it to a certain number of planets. They could go on a chase across space. We would have Star Trek, yeah, when they were looking for the right planet.
Okay, we
And-
got a celebrity. We got a celebrity in the chat now. Mama Prey has just joined us.
Hi, DJ and all.
Hi,
Mama
Mama Prey, hello.
Hi, I'm testing my microphone.
It's working just fine.
And we hear you perfectly.
Thank you.
Hello, Mama Pray.
Hi, Sci-Fi, number one Sci-Fi, Joseph, Alexander. I can't hear somebody. Maybe it's my speakers.
Most probably. Do you have headphones? Do you have headphones, or are you just talking into a microphone?
No, I don't have headphones. I guess I could get them. But-
Because then you get probably the echo coming back from the speakers a little bit.
Okay, I hear you fine, Joseph.
Yes,
I
I
heard
don't have headphones on.
and the echo is very. You don't have headphones, DJ?
No.
No. Interesting.
Well,
Maybe a
I mean,
different type of mic.
If you're using a phone, you don't really need headphones.
I kind
Okay.
of have one of those directional mics that it's supposed to pick up just what's in front.
It's number one Sci-Fi. I can't hear too well.
Well, I don't think he's
Oh.
talking.
I said, if you have a phone, you really don't need headphones.
No, I'm using a laptop.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you now.
Okay, that's good.
So I just stopped by to say hello and to check my mic. And I will try to start a stream today at 12:30.
I can make that.
I got a message in the chat. How do I now? You see, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll put it up on the screen.
Oh, live chat. Go to live chat.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up a little bit.
Yes. Oh, somebody called me a young lady, Captain
Yeah, that's-
Redneck.
Redneck.
Yeah, well, you're
Hey.
39 and Holden, I would imagine, right?
Just about. Just about.
He wants to know if you're good on your whiskey.
How am I good on my whiskey? I am fine on my whiskey, thank you. one day I will take a drink again.
Maybe we'll get her to take a little drink on her stream today.
Well, maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe. This has been a rough night. I did go back to sleep after the Picard show, but not for
Bad
long.
bird waking mom
Okay.
up.
Tell me
did you
one
think-
thing, Mamo Pray. Are you
What did you
being
think of the
forced
episode?
No, I'm not being forced to do anything.
to watch it? Because you are up very early, you go to sleep very late. That's just horrible.
Actually, I don't go to sleep very late. I really don't. I never have. If I stayed up late at night, I napped during the day. But these days, most of them have been pretty good. That I managed to get to sleep like way before midnight. So anyway, I have.
Test the mute on the microphone before you go.
Oh, before I go, I need to test the mute on the
On the
microphone.
microphone itself.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, press this button?
Yeah, the mute little.
I'm going to mute my mic
I'll
and
see
talk.
you.
Okay.
So, Mom, say something. Like
It's not muted yet.
if you do a hardware mute, it doesn't appear on the screen.
Oh, okay. You didn't hear me, right?
What did you say?
I said, can you hear me?
No, we didn't hear you.
That's because she pushed the other mute button and I couldn't tell on that one. Ah, tricky.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
confused.
yeah.
I
The,
pushed it on the
There's a
microphone.
hardware mute and a software mute. We were checking the hardware mute.
yeah. So the hardware mute worked. Yeah.
Okay.
I have the same on my headphones. I have a hardware mute button, and then I don't get the message on the screen that your mic is muted.
Got it.
So it's okay.
Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to figure on starting at about 12:30, and whoever can be there, I'd appreciate it. If you have anything you'd like me to discuss, I know the other day someone asked me, I'm not sure if it was Sci-Fi Nation, to just talk about a day in my life. And I have some things prepared, but any other suggestions will be appreciated.
No, this is going to be this is going to be interesting because honestly, we all have our lives, and yours is probably very like day in day out, but with different challenges than we all have. So I'm really looking forward to listen to you talking about your daily life as your first stream. It will be like similar to what Joe did in his first bed life when he told his story. So
Why would it work? Why would it work?
Be careful. Be careful when you speak.
You guys can probably hear me
about
perfectly.
challenge. Be careful when you speak about challenge. Okay.
I can hear you, Kavia.
All right, guys, I'm going to get off the stream now. And Captain Redneck, I'm sorry, I can't do a cooking show. I got
Mama Bray, if you need
We'll
What?
see you in
a wrench,
3 hours,
here.
Mom.
I can't give you a wrench.
a wrench.
Oh, don't mind
And I
him.
can't
He's
do
just trying to get wrenches everywhere he goes.
All right,
I'm
guys.
good.
We're gonna have to
Talking to-
rename him
talk-
Mr. Miles Jr.
I'll see
Be there
you
in your
guys
Bye.
stream,
later.
Mom. Bye.
Bye. Okay,
Have a
how
good day.
do I get off now?
Okay, Kavia, can you hear us again?
On the bottom.
Oh, yes.
Studio.
There you are.
Ah, we have her back.
Yes, I can hear and I can speak. I have fixed it.
Can do with it.
What an adventure.
It seems like it. We're just kind of rambling about everything at this point.
Oh, well, just anything and everything, or just something specific?
All right, my streams never stick on topic. It just goes everywhere because nobody ever stays on topic anyway.
Oh,
Hell, some of my streams,
hurting
some of my
cats. I
streams,
get
I
it.
will sit here for an hour and not even say a word because everybody else is taking over.
And that's pretty much normal, right?
Yep, pretty much normal for my stream. Oh, Captain Rednecks asked me what possible Corono means. Well, like I said earlier, there's 2 possible cases of coronavirus here in town, but they don't want to tell us that. One's in isolation at a hospital out of town. The other one's been put in isolation at home. One works at a prison, and the other one's a deputy for the county sheriff's department.
Okay, so how does the police department get the coronavirus before anybody else?
Well, apparently these 2 just came back from Japan.
Oh, for crying out loud.
But they don't want to tell us anything yet, so. But I would say though, if one of them's in the damn hospital in isolation, it kind of leads me to suspect they probably figured yes, he does have it.
Okay, gentlemen
Well,
and lady, I need to drop
don't
off work.
Yes, Captain Redneck, I misspelled it on purpose because YouTube doesn't like people talking about that sort of subject on here.
Later, Joseph.
Not that I'm...
Okay, later. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. And he's gone. Everybody just pops in and out of here.
Well, okay, so this virus thing, it's pretty clear that they don't want some kind of lips going. Even if they have a doubt that he has it, they're going to put it whether he has it or not, DJ. I mean, I would. Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah,
Plus,
but
you
I
don't
would
want to spread that shit around.
I would say they also should let the public know at least that there might be a possible case so they could kind of isolate themselves if they've been around the person instead of just running willy-nilly giving everybody else it.
Well, like I said, I think one person is smart. A person is smart. People can get stupid. I mean, we know that. That's a human fact. You know, you couple of people in the same room bitching about the coronavirus, and then plus the worst possible scenario. Wow, that's like that would be horrible.
Captain Redneck says he don't care about the Corona anyway. He likes Budweiser.
Ah, Budweiser.
Yeah, my damn jokes now. And Alexander, funny ranch. I haven't been to either one in either spot, so now I'm safe there. There's kind of this war going on between Bird of Prey 5 and Anti-Trekker. They have like these fictional countries that are at war between each other.
I just think it's hilarious.
I had my own, but they basically ignored me anyway. So my little nation state of bunny land just doesn't matter anyway. So we just sit back and watch them do it all. And then we also have the alpacans.
Oh my word.
But they're actually getting celebrities to side with each other. They got the actor that played Martok on Deep Space Nine to yell "Death to Kuroga," and then they got the actor that played Galeron. They got the actor that played Galeron to side with Kuroga, and they tried to get the actor that played the original Ichep on Anti-Trekker's stream, but he wouldn't fall for it, and he wouldn't side with either side.
I'll tell you what. The one of the best things I find about Star Trek is the political maneuvering between Klingon houses. Okay, I absolutely adore the Klingons and how they fight with each other. So I love it.
And then we have Bird of Prey, who sides with Romulans.
Traitor.
So he's more or less a Duras. Good morning, Keely. Now Bird's going to put me on
Can
his
I
list.
digitally spit on the House of Duras? is that a thing?
Bird's going to put me on a list again because I just said that he was part of the Duras family. He's got Kang for his damn icon, so there's a person that's a little crazy anyway. Trying to start a war, and he was working with Romulans too, so it makes sense.
Well, on culture, it's not necessarily war as much as it is rivalry. So I wouldn't call it war. I would call it rival. I mean, if we're gonna put labels on it, and quite frankly, I find it incredible. There being a third party. That's
Here comes Bert
even better.
to defend himself.
Yes,
I have to defend my honor.
Awesome.
Okay, I was trying to work on my video, but I will not sit here and listen to lies being told about Kuroga and the House of Kuroga. Okay, we do not work with Romulans.
And Turtistan works with Cardassian.
Turtistan, Anti-Trekker drinks Romulan ale. And he said that blood wine were like Klingons, and they were a vulgar name for women. So I'm not even going to say it because that would be dishonorable to stoop to Anti-Trekker's level. And yes, he got the changeling Martok to say death to Kuroga, but the real Martok the next day said, "Hail Kuroga." I've got proof.
Awesome.
Okay. We're gonna have to get Bird some prune juice. Warriors drink.
Well, because Captain Redneck, it was the changeling Martok that said death to Kuroga, but then it was. I think maybe it was 2 days later when we found the real Martok. He finally said, "Hail Kuroga."
You see what we have to put up with all the time?
It's not all the time.
Hey,
I would have been content to work on my video if you didn't start spreading these lies about Romulus. I mean, listen, you can spread lies, and I can take most of them in stride and not really worry about them. But to call me Doras, wow, wow!
It's just like this is not the Kuroga virus. It's the Kuroga, not Corona.
I don't mind even calling it Kuroga virus because I know YouTube doesn't like the other word. So even I will call it Kuroga virus, even though we all know it's not the Kuroga virus. I'm okay with that.
Jormer has it. Prune juice keeps a warrior regular. No backs up or clenching when going into battle.
Well, the Turtistan virus sounds like a norovirus or something. It doesn't sound like the right virus to call Turtistan virus.
Turtistan is just like a runny virus. And Nicole says no, just most of the time.
So what did you think about the episode, Bird of Prey?
I don't want to get into spoilers, but as I told Captain Redneck earlier, I thought it was the weakest episode yet, and I'm working on
1
the
out of
review,
5
but
tacos.
it's coming low. Yes, close to 1 out of 5 tacos.
Now,
It'd
see,
be like
originally,
1.75 tacos.
no, at the beginning of Anti-Trekker stream, you liked the episode, but
I
the more
said
you talked
I
about
felt
it,
like I liked it.
the more you talked about it, the more you discovered you hated it.
That's the problem with the episode, because it ends on a and without, this is not a spoiler, but it ends on a very nostalgic note, and you got the feeling of Riker and Troy, and spoilers, Riker and Troy are in this episode, but I think everybody knows that. You got Riker and Troy and Picard together again, and you're like, yay, I like this. And it was, and I felt like, oh, okay, this was a good episode. But then I remembered that, like, literally every scene I had a big red flag with. And as soon as I started remembering, but this doesn't answer, why does X happen? Why does Y happen? Why doesn't Z happen? Why didn't they go to Q? And not Q the person, Q just the variable to mean any place. Then it all starts falling apart.
Well, at least it was predictable that Picard would get yelled at by a female.
Yes, and again, and I'll be honest, I didn't notice that the first 6 episodes went by with every episode Picard was talked down to by a female. Mama Prey noticed. I didn't, honestly. But this episode, when it was Troy talking down to him, Troy who crashed the Enterprise, Troy who caused numerous problems over the years, she was the one talking down to him, and then she didn't even know. She just made shit up. She's like, she was tortured. That girl wasn't tortured. Soji was betrayed, lied to, granted, but she wasn't tortured. Tortured means something. Okay, Picard was tortured by Cardassians. O'Brien was tortured, in several episodes. Soji wasn't tortured. She was betrayed. She was lied to. And, guy said he loved her. Cute guy said he loved her and maybe took advantage of her, but that's not torture.
Yeah, but that's torture by
emotional blackmail is not torture.
Yeah, but nowadays they say it is. So
well, that's bullshit, because torture means torture.
I could fart in a room and they would accuse me of torture.
Maybe they should drink less Romulan ale.
Well, I think he had a bottle of Picard's wine at his house there. He had a bottle of something. Picard was looking at the label.
Are you sure that was Picard's wine, or Riker just didn't have somebody else's wine and Picard was looking at it wondering, well, geez, he doesn't have my wine?
It's possible, because they are far from Earth. I don't know if Picard ships his wine to Nepenthe.
Okay, Alexander, I don't remember all Futurama episodes. I'm old. Forgive me.
Yes, Anti-Trekker was tortured when he watched First Contact. Well, he said he hated it. I hate this movie. And then he says, I don't hate it. Why does everybody say I hate it?
Well, it's not as bad as what we're seeing now. It's not the best movie ever made, sure, but it's not horrible.
Hell, I liked Insurrection.
I didn't think any of the TNG movies were terrible movies. But, Anti-Trekker, he loves the original series more than anything else, so...
The only one I didn't like super hot, and that was freaking Nemesis.
I don't know. In rewatching them, I'd say to me Nemesis was better than Insurrection. I don't think any of them were 10s out of 10, but they weren't 5s out of 10s either. They were all comfortable 6s or 7s.
They were still better than Star Trek 5.
I like 5. I don't think 5 was bad. I don't.
Double
Or
dumbass.
Star Trek the motion
You.
picture.
One is the lowest rated for me. Albie. Well, one is the lowest of the original universe movies.
I can skip watching the first one.
That's what it is. When I start watching, I do a marathon watch. I start with 2. I can't.
I don't like their outfits. I don't like the whole Beeger garbage.
Yeah, I don't like V'ger. I don't like that chick turning into an android or whatever the hell she
Elton.
turned into. I don't like that wormhole effect because there's an asteroid at warp. I don't like Kirk having to take command from Decker.
Well, I think we
And
can
I-
all agree that the older stuff's better than Picard, hands down. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, but Picard's still better than Discovery.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like they're
Okay, well, that's the
closing the
modern
gap.
stuff. Everything behind the reboots, the movie reboots, okay? Because, you know, I liked the first reboot. It was okay. But once we hit, and honestly, I'm a Cumberbatch fan, so, you know, that one gets a pass for me. But I'm biased. Beyond, Star Trek Beyond was everything was rehashed from other movies. And I think that's where everything started going to shack. Was a Star Trek Beyond movie. From that point, all we've gotten out of Star Trek franchise is garbage. Sorry. Triggered. My bad.
Tell us how you really
I
feel.
would agree. I know other people would say it started with Into Darkness, but I didn't hate Into Darkness either. I thought Into Darkness. I didn't think it was as good as 2009, but I didn't think it was as bad as Beyond.
Agreed.
Captain Red says he doesn't like the 4-hour flight up to the Enterprise. Oh, yes, and in the original, in the motion picture, right?
Of course, Redneck loves Beyond.
Well, he
I don't
can
know,
love
Captain.
it. Captain, you love your stuff. Love it. I'll sit over here and I'll hate it.
I kind of think it's all garbage after Enterprise.
I really liked Enterprise.
Look, you made mischief.
The more I watch it, the more I like it.
It's been a long road getting from there to here.
It's
Fourth
Star Trek carry.
That's right. Everybody hates. Everybody.
You only like
people I
it.
know hate that team.
You like it because
I love-
of T'Pau and Hoshi.
Yeah, the more I watch Enterprise, the more I like it. The first season's still weak, but it got better. And at least Klingons were Klingons, not Klingorts.
Oh, Nicole, that's like walking around. If you got is there something?
I don't know. They can do a review of the ship, but it doesn't need to take forever. They can just like fly up there really quick and then allude to they spent an hour out there flying around.
Well, any captain that doesn't take is a lazy captain.
Hello, Aldea. He says, burn it all
Aldea.
down. Burn it all.
Vocal glomp. Oh, I get to vocally glomp you this time. Little anime little sister vocal glomp to Adega.
I will still give the Picard episode from earlier a 6.
I suppose I shouldn't be too judgmental, Captain Redneck. I mean, I just said the reason why I liked Into Darkness was Benedict Cumberbatch. So I can't be too judgmental when the fanboys are like, "Oh, I like Voyager because of T'Pol," or wait, I mean T'Pol. I mean to say 7 of 9. I mean to say 7 of 9 or Enterprise because of T'Pol, because honestly, T'Pol is pretty damn hot in my opinion. I'd jump that.
Well, so is Mirror Hoshi. Mirror Hoshi is hot.
Who?
Mirror Universe Hoshi.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, okay.
Actually, all the women in Star Trek that do the Mirror Universe are pretty much hot.
Okay, all right. So Kira Nerys Mirror Universe I really got me going. Yeah, hell yeah, she was, at least I thought. Specifically Kira, though, as far as Mirrorverse is concerned.
Wasn't a real big difference between Mira Jadzia. I mean, granted, Mira Jadzia didn't have the trill, but she looked very similar. And Mira Jennifer.
Kira.
Cumberbatch should have been Doctor Who.
No, I'll tell you who should have been Doctor Who. No, because I'll tell you what. Dimensions sideways of us, Tom Hiddleston was Doctor Who, and he killed it. He nailed it. But that was also the same Mirrorverse that we didn't get Avengers.
Yes.
I think if they were going to bring back some older doctors, they should have Pertwee's kid come back as the third Doctor. But right now, I don't want them touching any of them because they've screwed that franchise to hell too.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me started on Doctor Who, because my last video I did, I was beating myself over the head because of the last episode of Doctor Who.
The last episode.
Yeah.
After Can You Hear Me? That episode, the end of that episode was a travesty. I was incredibly offended by that episode.
Well, they basically made Gallifrey that torture planet.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even, I cannot bring myself to watch that last episode. I just can't. I haven't uploaded my recent Doctor Who review. I explain why I didn't watch it. If it made Starry Girl cry, it's going to make me cry. And quite frankly, I can't have my heart broken over a Doctor. I've had my heart broken over Picard. I've had my heart broken over the Star Wars thing, the Raylo, Mary Sue, Kylo Ren bull horse crap. I can't do it anymore, DJ. It's just ridiculous.
Well, they destroyed 57 years of canon. They completely destroyed it.
They destroyed it, burned it, stomped on it, crapped on it, and threw up on it. I don't know what else they can do to it to make it. Oh, I don't want to wait. I take that back before they get ideas. Sorry, trigger.
So at least I still have all the previous Doctors to watch.
Yeah. Right?
I can go back and watch Pertwee if I want. I can go back and watch Tom Baker if I want. I can go back and watch any of the others I want.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, hell, at this point.
And I'm not going to go see Bond when it comes out because Godzilla's coming out on that day, and I'd prefer to go watch that.
Well, they postponed Bond till November now.
Yeah, its opening day is the same day as Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we know which one of those movies is going to bomb. Because Godzilla definitely is going to take the box office on that one.
I don't know. I think the Bond one will take it. I think Godzilla versus
Really?
Kong is in trouble for that one. I think there's more Bond fans out there than Godzilla. But I will go see Godzilla.
I don't know about that, man. I would rather take my kids to see Godzilla than Bond. I mean, you know. So I'm going to disagree with you on that one, DJ.
I'm hoping Godzilla will take the week, but I'm a little leery. Just for the fact there's going to be a ton of people that just want to go watch Bond so they can review bomb it and say how much crap it is.
Oh my God, Nicole. Oh my God, Nicole, you are so right. Okay, so like, when was that? It was not this last week, but it was the week before during the ascension of the Cyberman, right? The doctor turns around and says, "Do you want a humbug?" What the hell? What the hell? When? Okay, so remind me when the last time the doctor had a humbug and not a pocket full of jelly babies. Right? Am I right? Or did I miss something?
Yeah, hell, even Capaldi's doctor had jelly babies.
Yeah, they were jelly babies. What the hell is Dr. Jody doing with a pocket full of humbugs? Why do we have to change every mother-loving thing about our IPs? Sorry, obviously that's a trigger too. Well, shit.
Trigger warning.
Apparently, I'm withholding and suppressing some vile negative emotions over here.
You're being a
Holy
toxic white
cow.
male.
Oh no. Wait. Does that mean I get to grow a penis?
No, you just got testicles.
Oh, okay. I can live with some balls.
Yep, you got chesticles.
Oh yeah, I definitely have some chesticles, that's for sure. But okay, so I know that the jelly baby thing is a little bit nitpicky, all right? And you know, in any other circumstance, I would consider what I said, like if somebody else had said it to me, I would be like, yo, you know, that's a little bit way too nitpicky, okay? Because now you're going to be, yeah, I mean, are you going to complain if it's Jaffa cakes? And I would be like, okay, all right, so you're being a little bit nitpicky. But the reason why I bring this up is because I feel like, and it's been proven and it's been shown almost in every single episode from series 11 all the way to the end of series 12 that they're trying to change everything. And you know, the basic human psychology is if you try to change something too much too fast, it's not just one or two people that are going to come out and be angry. It's going to be a whole mob of people coming out.
Well, the ratings
okay, so I know I'm not.
The ratings are already proving it because they can't even crack 4 million on the first run of the show at night. The show before Doctor Who gets about 4.5 million viewers. Doctor Who drops down below 4 to like 3.7, and then the show afterwards, Antique Roadshow, jumps right back up to almost 4.4. It ought to show them that they're doing something wrong because nobody wants to watch that damn crap.
Well, yeah, but those numbers are erroneous because they don't count like DVR playbacks or reruns or anything like that. So you can't take the ratings the night of. But I am not going to disagree with you that the ratings are in fact low and have been continuously getting lower as it progresses. And I predicted they're not even going to break a couple of million. It's gonna bomb out.
Well, even when they add in all the numbers for the week, it's barely getting to 5. And when she first took over, it was past 10 million. And now it's only half that. And less.
Well,
it's like a million and a half less right now than it was at the beginning of the season.
That's true.
I don't.
You know who I would like to see come back to do it.
Mr. Lundell, I didn't have to buy them all because I already.
the next show, I think they should get Mark Scott as the showrunner because he did really well with Moffat. He's done really well with Sherlock. He's done really well with. I mean, he did. He did Dracula with Moffat too. Did you see the 3 episodes of Dracula on what was it, Netflix or Prime Amazon? I don't remember which.
Well, I don't think it's really going to matter who the showrunner is anymore because look at the last 2 years of Moffat. It went and took a hell of a turn, and that's because the BBC wants to push their crap.
No, I disagree. The reason why the writing was so crappy in the last few seasons of the Doctor Who that he was showrunning was because he was also showrunning Sherlock and a couple of other shows too. Moffat bit off more than he could chew, and Doctor Who suffered because of it. When you in there who knows what he's doing, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You watched them last 2 seasons of Capaldi, and it really pushed SJW crap hard. Come on, when you had Bill for that last season, and she had to remind you almost every single episode that she was a lesbian.
Until the Eaters of Light. I will agree with Eaters of Light. When the Romans, because they were in the cave, and the Romans looked at her and said, "Wow, we pity you." And she's like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" And they're like, "Well, you constrain yourself to one gender. We like to partake of what we like. Sex is about pleasure, not necessarily about gender." And that put her in her place. That character, Bill, was put in. And after that episode, you didn't have any more of that. During Eaters of Light and after Eaters of Light, those episodes were really good, and there was a way less SJW shit going on than there was in the beginning of that series. In my opinion. This is obviously my opinion.
And then you have to sit there and I don't know. It was just like I liked the Missy character. But as soon as they introduced the Missy character, I knew what they were doing. They were testing the waters. The problem was Missy was wrote good. So
yeah, I agree. Missy wrote really well.
It was accepted that she could be the master. But this crap they got now, these writers can't write shit because they're all soap opera writers. They don't have anything idea what sci-fi is.
Well, they don't have any idea about female characters, period. You don't write your female characters any different from you write your male characters. There's no sorry.
What?
There's no difference.
We say fuck
well,
your
there's no difference. there's really when it comes to gender, technically speaking, inside our heads, there's really not much of a difference. The whole reproductive thing, yeah, it does make a difference on sub levels. Okay, on sub levels. Those things are not predominant in our society like they used to be. We are not that way anymore. Okay, and I promise you, girls don't think any much different from dudes. Maybe we're a little bit more emotional, but I doubt it because you got plenty of dudes who are emotional. Okay, and no, they're not flaming gay. I've met straight dudes who are just super emotional. They're just dudes. I've met women who were straight women who were not emotional and thought like dudes. There's no difference between our genders like that. And Hollywood and BBC and all of these industries, they want to inject that difference to make it talkable. That's it. It's just buzzworthy. It's buzzworthy bullshit. That we have great characters from our older IPs because they understood there was no difference between male and female. Why? Because, and this goes back to World War II, women are warriors just like men. We can do the same thing and we don't need to toot about it. And that's, I'm sorry, I'm taking up your stream.
Oh, it happens all the time here.
Basically, what I'm saying here is there's no difference between the sexes. There's no difference between the genders, not when it comes to this kind of shit. That's all I'm saying. And Chibnall doesn't know that.
Another problem I have with this last episode, the doctor was willing to let somebody else sacrifice themselves so she didn't have to do it.
Captain Trek and Mr. Londell, you can have your opinion all you want. I'm sticking by my opinion.
And that's the good thing, because we like a difference of opinion around here, because we don't want everybody just to fall into a crowd like certain other channels that just hate out of this following one person.
Yeah, I disagree with Mr. Londell's statement that I am so wrong. I don't believe that I am wrong. I believe that we have different opinions, but I don't think it's wrong. Oh, Lordy Lou, here we go. Really?
Oh, don't mind that. He just likes to get things going.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be ignoring these two comments here.
You're talking physical and mental. That's two different things.
No, now they're saying that there's physical things that women can't do because somebody else was trained. Well, you can train a woman to do the same thing.
No, I can say there's one thing I can do that you can't do. Physically.
Well, obviously, there are some physical differences, obviously, but that's not what I'm talking about. If you guys are going to take this literal, then it's going to collapse.
I'm just cracking a joke because I like to sit there and try to diffuse situations.
I want to speak. I want to speak.
Here comes Alexander.
I will be serious. The fact, on my side, I have no problem when we see a woman be able to fight. But it's always a question of size. So we need to make it believable. So obviously, I think if you have a big difference of size, I have a problem with the 5'3" girls. Unless if there are some magic or if she's a robot, I don't know. That's another story. But I have a super biologic girl of 5'3", kick the crap of a guy of 6'6", and I will have problem from the opposite too. But they are a question about if we speak about size or volume and fight. Obviously, we need to be. I think you need to take it seriously and make the stuff. But if you speak about psychologically, I'm pretty sure that a well-trained female soldier is able in any way to be a badass as a. It will be possible to have like a female Punisher doing exactly the same job, close to, because you work with guns. But when we will be a hand-to-hand combat fight, you need to find a girl that will be big and great and maybe a little bit bigger than Frank Castle to do the same stuff. But at this point, the question is it possible to take a female character and that female character does the same thing that a male character? Yes, if we make it believable and serious. That's the only way. And the second thing I want to say is I have no problem with new female characters, but I want to do stuff like in the story. It's meant to be like I will say it need to be introduced properly in a way where it doesn't break the story, not just. This is the problem I had. The only problem I had with it's the problem I had with Birds of Prey, and I have no problem with Black Canary as a black woman, but she doesn't look as Black Canary at all. So, and the question is asked: why you take your characters from the 40s and you bring it, and we are unable to recognize it on a poster? So that's the kind of problem I have. But at the end of the day, I agree. I agree with Katya that if you train a female badass to be a sniper, to be a good someone that was really effective with the gunshot and everything, and if she has the same size and the same attributes physically than a man, I mean, the gender doesn't change anything. That's my point.
I agree with you, Alexander, and I was going to talk about that as soon as you were done, because Captain Redneck said something along the lines of, why can't women be trained to play in the NFL? Well, let me ask you this question. Why doesn't Chris Tucker be a football player? Because men also have different sizes, different builds, and different physiques. If you have a tall, strong, Viking badass female, are you going to just let her scream and wear a crown and run off the battlefield? No, that bitch is going to pick up a shield, and she's going to pick up a sword, and she's going to kick your little ass is what's going to happen. Now, if we're talking about a tiny man, that doesn't necessarily mean he can't do anything, but he's not going to be muscular. He might not pick up a shield, or he might, I don't know, poison your drink or something. Physique has nothing to do with gender. And if you have the physique to fulfill a particular job or career, then gender has nothing to do with it. That's my response.
It's not gender. That's the question of probability, and we saw it in professional wrestling example. Female professional wrestling suffer of something. There are not enough women going in professional wrestling to get like women of at least 6 foot, 6'2", 6'6". So obviously, when you arrive with a match between like with a lot of men going with their size and everything that are select for their size and not obviously only for their look, you got obviously more big men, and this is more impressive to have in professional wrestling. And the question is, if you want really to make women professional wrestling impressive, but you'll work for it. So you'll go to recruit. You'll go like people. You'll go search for people that are like in female basketball in the university, or female like they are female doing like. Yes, it's
I'm
true.
sorry, Alexander. I'm reading Captain Redneck stuff here, and if to answer his question really fast, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm really sorry to interrupt. The reason why there are no women in the NFL is because of men like you. You will not let us in. Period. End of discussion. That's why. Go ahead, Alex.
But it's like the same thing for professional wrestling. I mean, if you want to have female professional wrestler that have the size to be impressive, so you'll work and you'll break a system of recruitment that will make able to find a woman that you'll go like to the female basketball in the NCAA, and you'll see the female that will not be able to play on a professional on a professional women league, and you go search them and you'll train her. I mean, you recruit them. This is you'll find women like in halterophilia, example that can be really impressive, tall and strong, and you train them as professional wrestler before that they live, because they don't do money in Olympics and everything. So you'll find it and you search it. So actually the fact is that I had like I have a colleague a female colleague in the restaurant. She was from Edmundston, and she lived ice hockey because she didn't want to play in the only women league, because it was too easy. Nobody had her size. She was 6'3.5", and she was surrounded by girls of 5 foot, and it was completely ridiculous for her to play ice hockey in that situation. So it had been better to let her play with the men and develop in that kind, and switch her with the woman when at a certain level, when it was like plausible and interesting for her to play. So it's all a question of how you structure your sports system, and if you but the fact to fight, you have a lot of impression of strong women that can kick the ass of the people. Look in the MMA, look in box. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, the proportion that will be strong physically as the elite in box or in wrestling will be not the same. You'll not be a 50-50% really quickly, but you'll find some of the female will be able to be serious badass and to kick the ass of a lot of people. I mean, I've been in Russia in Russian sports.
Yeah.
I mean Natalia Liu, 6'7", and I never been. I will be stay far if she will be really angry. There was like volleyball players, the Goncharova sisters. One is 6'6" and 6'8", and even if they are proportionally like we'll see, what we'll see, they have the proportion of a thick women, but they are still super strong, and I'm able to kick the ass of anybody right now on the channel. That's the point.
Yeah, it comes down to I agree. It comes down to physique. Not every man is going to be bulky and muscular and have that huge lung power that's necessary for some of these more laborious jobs. Vice versa, there are women who are taller and they're stronger and they could be a running back, or a quarterback on an NFL team. It comes down to physique, not gender. And that's where I'm coming from. Okay, we all have different features. There are some women out there who look like men. I've seen them. You've seen them. It's just how they were born. And then there are dudes out there, they look like they're girls just naturally. It doesn't mean they're deficient or inferior. It means they're designed to do different things. That's it. Gender really does with it. It's all about the physique. And if you train the physique and you train the brain inside the physique, you're going to get a good result. It doesn't matter about the gender. It really doesn't. And that's where I'm coming from on all this.
But it's true that you'll find less women with of 6'6" than men, and that's the point. And historically, in what we can see historically with the historical development of society, obviously when it was a tougher time in in some civilization where you need to survive, they divide. They divide the work and the type of role you'll play in that in case of considering the size, and they generate that put in that situation. But the fact is that we are in the 21st century right now, and I mean any woman is able to drive a truck as a man. So the situation is completely right now different because we are in another society and another kind of technology. So that's the point. I mean, when you were fighting in the Middle Age, obviously there was some woman that had the size and the power to fight with a sword and kill men and fight. Today with the guns, I mean, the difference is really thinner than before. Even more when it's time to drive engine. I mean, there are no problem for any woman trained properly to drive a tanks. And personally, I watched the tanks biathlon in Russia, international competition of tanks biathlon in Russia, and there was the same, and there was like an exhibition. Only 3 Russian teams of women in that exhibition, but they had the same the same race. This is exactly the same races that for the men, and when I speak about races, I speak about the track. They have the same track and the same challenge than the men, and the Russian girls in the tank did better in the exhibition that maybe 75% of all other men from other countries. So because they were just well trained.
Well, we're not going to get anywhere on this discussion. All it's going to do is
No,
cause...
everybody's got their own opinion.
Hello, Wesley. Hello, Captain Cat. So we went from Doctor Who to this. See, I told you these streams just go all over the place.
Oh, it's fine. There's going to be, there's going to be people with differing opinions, and that's fine. We're all individuals, and we're all, that's what we can do. It's just not an all or nothing. It's not an absolute. There's no absolutes in life. Just because 90% of something, doesn't mean it's all that.
There's one absolute. We're going to die someday.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, death and taxes are an absolute. But that aside, it doesn't bother me that there are going to be some people who don't share my opinion, and that's not a bad thing for this world. It needs to have that controversy, that opinion, can learn and grow as people.
The problem nowadays is you got too many people that want to stifle opinions and try to make you think one way and just that, and that's why all our countries are getting screwed up, because a certain sect thinks that you should just follow their little mindset and bow down all the time.
Yeah, there does seem to be a fanaticism problem in multiple areas currently. It's not just in the industry. It's also in the politics thing. Like, you have to be one thing or the other, and that's just not true. You don't. The thing about being black and white is not how we live our lives normally. There's a whole lot of gray area in that spectrum, and it's fascinating to watch the anger from all sides, not realizing that that's exactly what they're doing, is that they are spreading aggressive fanaticism and trying to push people into either direction.
It's like you look at how the fandom menace was started. It was a pushback against the ones that wanted to just hate on anyone that didn't like what they were doing to, like, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, etc. and etc. But they've gotten to the point to where they are just as fanatical with their hate of everything that's coming out, and can't even see a slice of maybe a glimmer of something that might be good with it.
Yeah,
because I'm actually watching Picard.
I don't know.
With an objective view. I'm trying to find parts that are good and parts that are bad.
Currently it's very difficult to pick out the good bits. That's how you know that it's really bad. Even when, so my daughter came to visit me last week, okay? And she knows about Star Trek, but she is not big into Star Trek like I am. And like my mom was, okay? And she got into Picard, okay? Until about the third episode. And then she started getting more and more angry. Now, this is the demographic my daughter is the demographic that they're trying to reach out to, and they're doing nothing but pissing her off with all of the bullshit that they're pulling. Okay, so that's how I know that me personally, I know I'm not being fanatical, or nitpicky over the particular stuff that's going on currently. So I mean, the grace that we want to give these IPs right now is extremely hard to do, because we're not, in this case, we're not being fanatical. We're looking for the reasonability, and we're just not finding it anywhere. Okay, so it's not just us. It's also who are getting pissed off at this. Okay?
Now, see, all right, we're going to go back a couple weeks on how everybody got pissed off on the whole 7 to 9 deal. Everybody got pissed off because she offed Egypt. And then they got all pissed off that she killed the woman who was doing all the torturing. Personally, I didn't see a problem with it, because you have a big span of years that 7 of 9 grew as a person, trying to be law and order in a lawless area, finding out that someone betrayed her, did what she did to Egypt. I would say, yes, that would be reason for her to want revenge. And okay, not everybody got pissed about it, but a loud sect that just want to hate on Picard went that route. I think it was a perfectly normal way of her reacting. I think if somebody killed somebody or tortured and did somebody very close to me that I felt was like a kid to me or was my kid, I would have the same reaction.
I like 7 of 9. And 7
Yes,
of 9 was,
Alexander, we know that you have the hots for 7 of 9.
I always 9. Disregarding what she's doing.
But I'm also looking at Picard, comparing it to what else has been coming out at this point that's called Star Trek. And I still say it's a hell of a lot better than what they've been doing. It might not be perfect. It might be a little boring at times. But it's still better than what has been coming out. It's 100 times better than that shit show they call Discovery.
Yeah.
But as the episodes have been going, it's starting to get weaker too. And I
really at this point, the only thing we can do is wait for the fire to die out. Really.
Well, about the only thing we can do at this point is wait until it does like Doctor Who did back in the 80s and takes a long break. And actually
hiatus.
And hope it comes back with people with more sanity that'll take it back to where it was supposed to be.
A hiatus can be good for everybody. I mean, the gods must sleep, as they say. So it's just, what do we do in the meantime, I think that's the big question. There's been such concentration on, all those, oh geez. And the last thing we need is a whole new string of reboots. They're talking about rebooting Buffy. Oh my God. And there was an article on yesterday or the day before, and I saw their little suggested recast people. The only one on there that I could ever see maybe in a reboot of Buffy would be Andrew Scott. I think he would be a great Giles. All right. But as far as everybody else is concerned on that list, they're unknown or they suck. At least this is, of course, is my opinion. It is also my opinion that they shouldn't even touch it. Don't go anywhere near Buffy. But do Firefly. I don't like Firefly. Go reboot Firefly somewhere. Just leave Buffy alone.
See, I'm going to have to watch this reboot of sorts of The Stand.
Oh, no, really?
It's supposed to be out sometime this year. Of course, it's CBS All Access doing it. And they've changed a hell of a lot of the characters around. And Stephen King's even writing a new ending to it.
Are you sure it's King and not his son?
Nope, it's Stephen King. I've read multiple articles on it. You've upset Wesley Crusher because
I'm sorry, Wesley.
They can do what they want to the Firefly.
I'm sorry, Wesley. I don't like Firefly. I don't like Nathan Fillion. Bless his heart. I'm sure he tries. I'm sure he's a great dude. I don't know why I don't like him. I never have, and I probably never will. He just makes me cringe every time I hear or look at him. And I'm so sorry. I apologize to Nathan Fillion. It's not that he didn't do anything, the poor man. I just can't do Firefly. And Jules Slate, it is my opinion, it is my personal opinion, that Princess Petticoats should never have appeared in Atlantis. I don't like her style. That's, again, personal opinion.
I will only riot if they try to redo the Greatest American Hero again.
Oh, no!
They already had one failed attempt at that back when the show was actually running. And that pilot never even made it on air.
Thank God for that.
You can only watch that if you either watch it on YouTube or you buy the DVD collection.
Wesley, you might have a point. Because I hated that. I hated that priest with a passion. But I don't think I honestly, I don't want to say that because I don't want to hold one part against an actor. I don't want to say that that's true. However, you may be at least have a, you may part. I'm human. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Well,
I never claimed to be human at all.
you're a furry. You're a fursona. You're only part human.
I am not a furry.
I have a fursona. Either. Mine's a leopard.
Damn it! I'm not a furry.
You're a furry light. It's okay. Be a furry.
No,
I'm a furry.
I only put them damn things on when I get paid to do it. It's all about the Benjamins, man.
I have a leopard fursona. I'm a furry. I'm just not a full-blown.
Look, no
hardcore furry.
No furry.
I'm a secret Thundercat. Yeah, you are furry, but not in that way, but the other way.
Joseph is back.
Yes, I'm back because I had to bail out because of work. So, hello again.
We have our Bond villain back.
I'm not a Bond villain. The biggest Bond villain is coronavirus and the studio being afraid of losing money on the Chinese market. I was so much looking forward to see the movie. Trust me, I'm such a Bond fan, and they did this to me. They moved it out to November.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm
Don't
not
let
watching.
those
Godzilla's going to be
Joseph, don't let those dudes bully you about your sexy ass accent. It is awesome.
I'm not, you know what, I don't care. I always say, if you bully me because of my accent, learn Slovak. Because the whole 5.5 million people talk that language, and, you know, I don't care. And I always say, and if not Slovak, learn German. Because this is as well what I can speak. So
Come give me
it's like
Dino.
multiple languages, none of them correctly, but I don't care. At
Hey,
least
I
we
can
can
sing in
understand each
German.
other.
I can sing in German. Come give me Dino. Come give me. No, never mind.
I can only sing O
Okay,
Tannenbaum.
it was I Wanna Hold Your Hand from by the Beatles.
That's right.
Yeah, see, and did you see the movie? What was it? The Rabbit Jojo. It was now in the cinemas. The movie from Taika Waititi about the Germany in the 1940s. I'm not going to say the words that can trigger all the bots.
I missed it.
So because there was exactly in the beginning there was a Beatles song in German, sung in German, just like you did it right now, and at the end it was something more contemporary, but as well sung in German. I thought it was so hilarious.
Well, the Beatles actually recorded 2 songs in German. I Want to Hold Your Hand was one of them, and She Loves Me was the other.
Okay, this I didn't know, but that's very much possible because I'm can I say a big fan of ABBA? Not the biggest fan, but I know their discography and all the songs, and I know that they recorded like as well some songs in German, and it sounds so bad. It's so bad.
Well, She Loves You in German comes out to Sleep Dick, which is kind of weird in itself.
Yeah.
Sleep Dick, yeah. Sleep Dick, yeah.
Never heard those versions, the German ones. I'm not sure if I even want to, especially after this one rendition that I just had.
Well, I'm horrible at singing, so don't take my word on it. They do make it sound a little bit better, but
Beatles is not so much my cup of tea. I'm still on the younger side when carbon dated, you know.
well, I'm not sick yet. I may stay in and not play a hermit for the next few weeks because we may have possible coronavirus here in town, and I don't want it.
You know what? The funniest thing, Slovakia. When you look at the map, it's like really like Central East Europe. Yes, so we are really on the borders to Austria, Hungary, Ukraine, Poland, and all around us, everywhere, coronavirus, like 7 patients here, 5 patients there, and so on and so on. Nothing here, like zero patients at this moment, and it's not a question if, it's a question of when. Or that's just the natural thing, natural course of things. But the funniest thing is how people are behaving like they are. Yesterday, I was just going for some small grocery shopping, and I had to buy food for my cats. So a small basically small visit to a store to buy things for maybe for 30-40 euro. Yeah, and there were people buying like 100 kilo of potatoes. So 100 kilo is how much? 220 pounds. Yeah, so and I was like, what are you doing? Pasta like they were really preparing for war, and I was like, people, are you crazy? The only thing that it causes is that the stores have better revenues, and when there is the demand, the prices will go up unnecessary, and the people just don't think seriously here. It's crazy.
Put a mask on, wash your hands. Who cares?
No, in
I'm
Australia
washing my
they are
hands.
like panic. They are panic about toilet paper, and everybody go in Australia buying mass
I
and mass of
saw that
toilet
picture
paper.
as well. Yes.
So it's the same in Korea. I mean, this is the kind of panic they switching from one country and the other. They don't understand why, but because of the coronavirus, people get crazy, and specifically toilet paper. They buy massively toilet paper. Why not the rest? I mean, why not food? Why not
This is
toilet paper?
exactly what I saw as well. Like somebody pushing a cart filled with toilet paper. I was like, people, what are you doing?
I don't know. I seen a picture out in California. People standing outside of Costco. There's about 200 of them with shopping carts waiting to get in to go mass buy. It's like, the hell?
I mean, this is certainly they are certainly like a fucking fake news again, and then start in Asia or something like that. I know that in Malaysia there are a lot of fake news websites that are really like predictive and that, and maybe the people are driving crazy because before that you receive that kind of shit. Generally, people that are subscribing to many fake news are generally the people receiving more of them. So if we don't subscribe to fake news, generally we don't receive them. This is the reason why we didn't install the idiotic prescription to get toilet paper like crazy.
What I can understand is right now I'm working in the IT industry, and people are buying, like companies are buying now notebooks for their desktop users so that the people can work from home. This is what I see, but it's not like everybody would go crazy. And the thing is, everybody is afraid that there would be like goods in the stores because of some reason, because China will will close all the shipments. But we are not getting food from China. I mean, not the main food. Yeah, this is not coming from China. And if electronics won't be available, okay, so I won't buy a TV now. I will buy it in, I don't know, 6 months or something like this. So I just don't get the panic. I don't get the panic, and the panic is probably worse than the sickness itself.
Wesley wants you to say something in Slavic.
And what would you like to hear?
Oh, anything you want to ramble off about. I think he just wants to hear what Slavic sounds like.
Daj говори по-словацки.
Ja hovorím teda dobre po slovensky a môžem takto vás všetkých pekne pozdraviť. DJ, Kajťa, seba samého a všetkých, ktorí diskutujú v skupine. That was basically a greeting to everybody here on the panel and in the chat.
There you go, Wesley. If you want to hear German, I'll start singing again. So
Ich kann auch Deutsch sprechen. Das geht auch. I can speak German as well, so this is something that sometimes when I see people from Germany in the chat, in the various streams when I'm in, I troll the rest of the chat, the rest of the English-speaking chat with my German. Yeah,
Wesley understood one word.
Which one?
I don't know. He just said he understood one word.
Okay, that's fine. Probably one of the names.
I knew two. I heard two names.
Yeah. Because, and I don't know why, but when I'm joining the chat, I start to rambling, and I'm just talking all the time.
Hello, Cinnabon Bunny, and I promise not to do my Chinese accent today. I made his list when I was doing my Chinese accent last night, and well,
Cinnabon Bunny.
I don't want,
but
I don't
Alexander,
want the bunnies coming after me.
But Alexander, если ты хочешь, возможно, поговорить немножко по-русски.
Ты говоришь по-русски нормально. В школе, да?
Я говорю только немножко. Я учился в школе.
Это было ребенком, да?
We had Russian in the school when when I was really it was like for 4 years when we were really like small children, so we had like for 4 years Russian, so I can read it, I can write it, but I speak very little Russian. I understand it because I'm come again.
But во время СССР учил русский язык в школе, потому что Чехословакия были дружбой.
Дружбой. I would rather call it occupation, but okay.
Yeah,
that wasn't. We were not that friendly with them even then, but we had to learn. But you know what? I didn't with now with the situation and the economy. I somehow regret that I don't speak fluent Russian because we are geographically very close to the market. So it is interesting for those who speak Russian. They can still do the businesses with Russia, you know, and not only Russia, but as well the other former Soviet countries, because the people still, despite their local languages, they all speak Russian still, and better than maybe English or some other international languages.
Среди государств были дружбы. Вот. Среди государств были дружбы. Государство СССР, государство Чехословакии.
Yeah, there was definitely.
Someday Alex is going to take me down the Volva-Rus, aren't you, Alex?
What? You said?
I said someday you're going to take me down the Volva River, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not in Russia right now. I'm in Quebec City. I learned Russia.
And remember, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time.
But you know what? If you really want to go visit, like
I only know French.
If you want to visit cities like Moscow or Petersburg, they are so expensive that you wouldn't believe it how expensive the cities are.
St. Petersburg not so bad. The Russia are really Moscow are really expensive. In other place, if you go in Kazan, that's fair. Really great city.
Yeah, but really the largest cities in Russia, they are just crazy expensive. The living, the cost of living, the services, everything is way, I would say, way more expensive than the US. Which is crazy when you compare the money they are earning there, their salaries and everything. So
yes,
yeah.
Wesley, in less than an hour, Mama Pray 5 will be streaming live.
Yeah. And I will be there totally. And it's only the three of us right now?
Right now, it's just the three of us.
Or the two of us. Okay.
I'll probably be getting off in about 20 minutes myself, so I can fix some lunch before Mama Pray comes on.
Yeah, and I need to go out and help a friend of mine with. He got some forms from Austria to fill out, and he speaks barely German, so I need to help him out with filling out the forms. He lives like 5 minutes away from me, so that's completely fine. And then I will be back for the Mama Pray stream.
Kathy is back.
Yeah,
Hello.
my internet kicked me off for some. Hello, Joseph.
It happens. Hello again. It happens
yeah,
from time
Mark.
to time, yeah.
That's why I'm reminding people that Mama Pray will be on today.
On her channel.
On her channel. I threw the link up in the chat, so they'll be able to find her. Yeah, I know all the schedules are thrown off today.
Mm-hmm.
I only thought I was going to be up for maybe an hour, and I'm already up to almost 2 hours on this stream again.
Yeah, everything's been thrown off. You know,
honestly,
there was
I
a
don't
tornado. A tornado went through Nashville, and it blew out the AT&T hub in Nashville. And last night they had to repair everything.
Yeah, that was a pretty nasty little tornado.
Most
And now I'm sending snow to Alexander because he likes it.
What? Snow?
no. Why?
You like snow, Alexander? I'm going to send you some more.
I mean, it has been better to have snow yesterday. That all the water we have in the parking was disgusting. We had a lake because
See,
because the ice, it was really warm and the ice melt really quickly, but not the ice on the sewer. It meant that the plate of the sewer was completely covered, and we were unable to find it because there was too much water. It was a real.
Well, see, it'll freeze over and
I just received maple syrup corn.
maple syrup corn. Righty then.
Yes.
Good morning, neighbors.
That's with maple syrup, like against, and this is like a sugar cream made with maple syrup in the corn. Come on, what do I need to?
And there he goes.
I'm looking at my dogs and I'm wondering what they are doing here. They are following me everywhere, and now I realize that it's basically almost 6 o'clock, so it's their feeding time.
They're hungry.
So they are hungry, and I didn't realize because I was working, and I didn't realize because usually they get like 5:30, and it's 5:44 right now. So they are all over me right now. Feed me. So.
Hey, Captain Trek.
Yeah.
Captain Trek has been here for a little while. I think he's
Has
been
he?
listening.
Well, I've been gone. I had to go get more coffee.
I already drank up all my coffee. I'm hitting the Mountain Dew again now.
Oh no! Do you like it?
Yep.
I really don't.
I need caffeine.
I'm with you, Joseph. I don't like soda. I don't like pop. The carbonated beverages. I don't like them.
Yeah, in general, when we say soda, it is really only like carbonated water, and this is what this is basically what I like really the sugary sodas that are considered like soda in the US, like sweet drinks and everything. I barely drink it. Maybe when we are at McDonald's or something like that, I order something with my food, but otherwise, honestly, I don't.
I need to keep myself awake for the next 5 hours and 14 minutes before I can crash.
Yeah, because you have your radio show.
Yep.
And afterwards you can crash. And anyway, probably you won't, and you will be like streaming throughout the night.
I'm not streaming tonight. No. 2 streams today. That's enough. It'll cover for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely because the night streams, especially you are watching Picard really late at night. I get up in the morning. I basically listen to your stream to the end of the stream, like the last 20-25 minutes. Then Enter Checker comes on. In the meantime, I get my European preview, as I call it. Because Amazon will release it in over 6 hours or 5 hours basically, yeah, because 11 my time, because they release it like midnight UK time, I think, something like this. But I have to watch it before when I want to be on the streams, and eventually talk about it a little bit.
Well, Martin, I don't have to worry about the sugar.
Is it a Jaffa cake, Cinnabon?
I have to drink the diet, Martin, because I'm diabetic. So No sugar for me in my Mountain Dew.
Mm. But it's still some sweeteners in there, right?
Well, yeah. You can
And
call
the
it that.
sweetener, you know what? I'd rather drank everything without sugar or those sweeteners, because those sweeteners, they have just horrible aftertaste. And you can drink those drinks only, at least for me, it is like I can drink them only when they are really, really chilled, because once it gets to a room temperature or slightly below room temperature, I can really, really taste the artificial sweeteners, and I hate it.
Now, my coffee, I drink straight black.
Yeah.
I don't put anything in it.
That's what I really liked about being in Europe, was the fact that they did not serve their drinks with ice, or they did not serve them cold. The best put into my mouth was room temperature Mosel Sar German Riesling wine. I cannot get enough of that stuff. French wine has no comparison. Italian, no. Spanish, no comparison. Alcohol.
So you
beer,
like the dry wines?
German.
Yeah?
No, well, not super dry. I don't like them super dry. I can do like a medium red, but I adore old world German wines.
The thing is, a red wine should never be chilled. It should have like
tell that
the
to the
temperature
Americans.
of the wine cellar. never put the red wine into the refrigerator or in a cooler. Never.
I completely
it should have like a cellar temperature.
Yep.
White wine is a different story.
Agree.
White wine is a different story, and with white wine is it as well different. White wine requires as well different kinds require different temperatures.
I still like room temperature white wine too, especially ice vine. Ice vine is much better by itself, because you get the full. You're not just drinking sugar, which is basically what you taste when you get it too cold. The flavor is gone. I want to taste the fruit in there. Trying to explain this to Americans is like banging your head against a brick wall. It's like there's only a few flavors here in the States: salt, sugar, and that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah. The thing is, even white wine, when it's chilled, it shouldn't be really like the soda you get at McDonald's. It should be definitely warmer, like at least 5-6 degrees warmer than the Coke that you get at your KFCs and McDonald's. So, and this is for some sweet wines. The more dry wines, they should have even a little bit higher temperature. I know those temperatures in Celsius. I don't know them in Fahrenheit, and I'm too lazy just to Google the conversion rate. So, because we use metric, because everything is ones and zeros here. Zero is freezing, 100 is boiling.
That's it. Still using the old way.
Yeah. No, but it's so crazy, so confusing. I know that once you get used to it and everything, then you realize how normal it is. But when you go to liters and
sorry,
come again.
Japanese Cinnabon said he liked plum wine, and I happen to like Japanese plum wine the best. I had this imported gourmet stuff. It was 25 years old. It's so amazing. I don't even remember the name of it, but it was like a plum was put into your mouth and it just melted away, and it was so amazing.
Isn't plum wine the one that you need drink that you drink like heated up? Because there is
no, that's sake.
Sake. Okay, rice wine. Okay, I'm horrible with wines because I don't drink wine for a very simple reason. Every kind of wine makes me sleepy, and I don't mean like drunk sleepy. It makes me really like I drink one glass of wine, and it's basically like if you knock me off with some sleeping medication.
I haven't drank wine since I was a teenager, and I was drinking Boone's Farm.
That I don't know.
Yes.
Boone's Farm is an extremely cheap wine. Really, really cheap.
No, if I when we buy wine, we buy really like bottles, 30 euro and up, because we don't drink it like regularly. It's really rather on special occasions. So I want to have some quality wine, and I don't have that much wine at home at all, just because we don't drink it.
BOP, yes, absolutely. Gekikon is my table wine of choice. Absolutely, 100%. Okay, so my favorite plum wine, as far as table wines are concerned, is Takara plum wine, and that's closely followed by I would say Fuki's probably on my third, because Gekikon also makes a plum wine too, but it's not as good as the Takara, in my opinion. As far as mead is concerned, there is a great meadery near Kansas City that is phenomenal. It is amazing. It tastes great. And I can't give them enough thumbs up, seriously. So that's my take on. Yeah, I'm a drinker.
It's not about being a drinker, it's about knowing what you like.
Well, yeah, you have to try different stuff to know. Yeah, definitely have to try to to try different things. I will not put my mouth on boxed wine if you pay me.
This is what I did to a friend of mine. He is really a wine collector. He has a cellar with. He basically has there maybe like 2 or 3 cars worth of wine. Yeah, and it's not a big cellar. It's really he's collecting like crazy expensive and crazy rare stuff, and I bought him like a box wine in a box. I told him I will bring you wine you have never had in your life. And he was all excited what I'm going to bring him, and it was the cheapest stuff that I could find in a carton box, and it was like 5 liters, so over a gallon, of that cheap stuff. You know what the dirty bastard? You know what the dirty bastard did? That evening, he served only this wine, and he said, "You are going to drink it." And you know what? You could mix it with whatever amount of Coke, or you could still smell it. And when I say smell, it was like dog farts. It was just horrible. And we had to drink. Okay, it was like 7 of us, and we had to drink it to the last drop. So I said, okay, never again. But definitely nobody's going to forget that one gift from me.
You're a naughty boy.
Yeah, of course I am.
Yeah. Oh, to answer Martin Devin, I have I cannot drink grain alcohol. I have an allergy to it. So things like whiskey, things fermented in a wooden barrel, I cannot drink that without getting violently ill. So things like sake, I can do. Things like rum, I can do that. Plum wine, I can do that. I can do, grape wine or berry wines, blackberry kind of things. But beer, I can't have. Whiskey, scotch, all that other stuff, I can't have that, or I get very, very, very ill.
That's interesting. Love me some whiskey, love me some rum. But
it's because
but
my
wine,
liver
I don't say that I. Yeah.
there's an
Enzyme,
enzyme.
some enzyme, yeah.
Correct. And so I metabolize
doesn't
it. I
process it, yeah.
metabolize my alcohol in my skin. So when I drink, I'll get red. I'll turn red.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. It's for me, it's the with the wine, it's basically the histamines that put me to sleep.
My son has that bunny head that he wears on his videos too, DJ.
I'm doing it to try to make Alexander crack up.
Oh.
Okay, now I switched to the StreamYard window because I have the video I have paused so I can follow the chat a little bit. Darren, who invited the furry? Yeah. The furry is leading the stream.
That's great. That's great. That's the greatest thing ever.
I had a question for Schronmore about the birch sap wine that he mentioned. Birch sap wine. Do you have a brand for that? I'm just wondering because I've heard of that and I've never had it before, and I would love to have me a glass of that, but I wouldn't know where the hell to find something like that. So
I totally blanked out what birch is, so I had to Google it. Now I see. Oh, we make.
Oh, it's a tree.
Yeah. I know now. I Googled it right now. Yes. So now I know. This is what sometimes happens because when you realize that even in your native language you don't know all the plants, all the trees, and everything. Yes, so that you cannot like immediately picture in your head what you're talking about, and especially now with me, yeah, English obviously not my native one, so or mother language or mother tongue, so it's a little bit hard for me. But I Googled it. Yeah, Google Translate, my best friend. But
yeah.
Well, you know what, folks? I think we're going to call it on the wine talk here and end the stream for now because 30 minutes from now, Mama Pray will be live on her channel. So
and we all have to be there, of course.
I'll put the link in one more time for the Mama Pray. Because I want to go eat something before Mama Pray comes on because as soon as she's done, I'm going to have to bail to my radio show.
Definitely. So everybody have a great rest of the day. Bon appetit, DJ, and thank you for having me.
I'm more than happy to have you back anytime, all of you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it. Plus $5. Bye.
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 Have a great day, all of you. Take care.